Oh, it's always been hard to talk about this because it sends me down a spiraling destruction. I start blaming myself. I start getting angry at everybody else. But, you know, I believe God is great. And things don't happen for no reason. The best thing that I feel happened in this situation was my daughter being able to give birth before she left this life, physical world. And also the guy being, turning himself in immediately, him being arrested and doing at least the 17 years, you know, hopefully. I just feel like the way things go in history, you know, these things people get away with. Or me not knowing who did it. You know, I knew immediately. And it would have really destroyed me not knowing. It would have really destroyed me knowing that, you know, justice wouldn't be served, which it's a minimum justice, but what can you say? I can't get her back. But what keeps me going is knowing that spiritually she is here with me, always. What really keeps me going is knowing that she was a very, very good being. I instilled great things in her. That wherever she is in the afterlife, she's not suffering. It's the reason why this has not destroyed me. Literally, that's the reason why this has not. It didn't take me out. I was able to struggle, but it didn't kill me. As I had always thought that something like this would kill me. But yeah, I know that it's not true. There's a lot of people that have been through what I've been through, and they really understand how I feel. But in my world, I don't feel that there's too many people that understand how I really feel to lose a child. Your young child. You never fathomed. You never thought. And just always being paranoid that something bad will happen the moment you laid eyes on them, you know, on your child. It's that fear, constant. It was always a constant fear that, you know, like, damn, what if? With her, it was always that. She's my first child, my firstborn child. And just the most beautiful soul. Everything about her, it was just always so uplifting. We had our bad days, but despite those bad days, it wasn't nothing up against her goodness. All the good times, everything that she was, really. People don't understand. This is not just cliche. I'm not speaking like in general, like my child, like how people really feel about their children. She was just really an angel. And, you know, her love for boys and her decisions for, her bad decisions that she had made as a teenager did not define who she was. Who she was the sunshine. God blessed her. I mean, he literally touched her. The moment I conceived, I feel. The moment I conceived. Because she was just so precious. And so precious to everyone. Everyone fell in love with her. And I'm not just saying that everybody fell in love with her from the moment they met her. I don't need it. It's not my money. It's not my money. Bye-bye. Okay. I love my daughter. I love my daughter. I will always love my daughter. Forever. She led my household. She led my household. She introduced us to music, to dance trends. She demonstrated confidence and freedom to be who you are. She never made anybody feel less than. She never judged anybody. She was so strong for something so beautiful. My baby. When I was younger, it was just me and Auvionne, and I think I was about 3 months pregnant. And I went to South Carolina. We drove. And I don't even know. I don't know if I was 3 months pregnant or I had her. I don't know. I ran away from Cincinnati twice when I was younger. Auvionne was with me both times. One time, her little brother was with us. Other time, I was 3 months pregnant or so with her little brother. Anyways, we bonded so well. I mean, we just had the beautifulest time there. We had a blast. Didn't have a lot of money, but we had everything we needed. And we just explored everything on the road. I'm showing her different animals, like going past farms, and she was so ecstatic. Like, she was so happy. And she was ready to leave everything for me. I was searching. My baby was right there. She was my best friend. Always. She was nothing but 4 years old. When I felt like I didn't have nobody, I had her. Her spirit was so strong. We had so much fun. Just me and her. On the beach in Chicago. Windy. It was so windy on that beach. It was so beautiful. I just remember her hair blowing in the wind. I remember I wanted to see her famous monkey crawl. And I said this would be a perfect place to do it. I'm like, go ahead, baby, do your thing. She did it. I just remember the sand, like kicking. She was kicking the sand with her feet as she did the crawl. I mean, she was so athletic, so fast, so good on her feet. And we definitely thought she was going to be a track star. The way she's built, when she was built, and how fast she was. I just miss her so much. And she's the only one to understand me. I got a weird sense of humor. My baby, she knew me better than my own husband. She understood. She laughed at my corny jokes. I just understood making her laugh. I miss her saying my name the way she does. How she called Mommy. I miss seeing her take care of her little girl. She loved her so much. She was obsessed, as any mom should, but she treated Noah like a doll baby. It was so wonderful to watch. I was so proud how much she loved her daughter. I was was so proud of how mature she was. Me and Auvionne, we lived in the library. We lived in the library growing up. We lived there, literally. Like, I mean, not literally, but it was a playground for us because I didn't work, and I had a lot of time on my hands when she was younger. And we explored so much together. She didn't like to read. I would definitely be pulling teeth trying to get her to sit still so that, you know, we can both be in these stories that I would tell. But she was so active, you know. She didn't like to sit. But I would do my best and be very animated and into it so that I could keep her attention. And she literally loved it. And when I thought that she never paid attention, she really did. It made her who she was, you know. Very understanding to many different people. She was very good with people. Very good. Very friendly. Wasn't afraid of anything. That baby wasn't afraid of nothing. Not even that day. I kind of wish she was afraid. Maybe she would have called me. But, I mean, if she was scary, and this had happened anyway, I'd be devastated. I'd be even more devastated. That keeps me alive, just remembering how strong she was. That's my baby. So the boy got a year for every year she was born. She was here on earth, 17 years. And also, I guess it's hard to admit that when I hear on the streets, he's in jail suffering big time. I guess I feel a little vindicated. But it's just separate from grieving that she's not here. It don't help it. It don't help that part. But and her daughter was one. Her daughter was 1 year old. Her daughter was 1 year old. And it's believed that she was holding her daughter when she got shot. It's believed. And I also want to share a story. Noah shared with me a year ago. She always hated loud noise after this. After that had happened to her mother, she would always react a certain way to guns. Like pow pow. That's how she described it. She didn't know what it... we don't do the guns. My kids are never familiar with it until they, old enough. But it was in her vocabulary, pow pow. That's all she would say, pow pow. But anytime they be watching a movie and it's a gun or something, she's like, very aware of it. Which showed that she kind of remembers certain things, or she could. Anyway, she was telling me a story of how she seen her mother. And her mom said, hey, what is it? She said, when she described it, it was the exact way that Auvionne would greet Noah, her baby. I forgot, but when Noah said it, I was like, wow, I know. It's some type of truth in what she's saying. I don't know. Well, I know it's truthful. She's a child. She's just telling what she experienced somehow, whether it was a dream or... But I knew when I heard the way that she said her mom, it's a green, like, who's that girl, or something, like, that my baby, who my baby, or it was something she had repeated, a phrase that Auvionne said all the time to Noah. And I'm like, wow, I definitely tuned in at that point. And she was talking how Auvionne kept, saying, come on, let's go, come with me. And Noah is telling me in her own way, she felt weary about that. She said she didn't want to go. Mommy kept saying, come on, but I didn't want to go. And this is in the dark basement of my mom's house. In the basement, my daughter's favorite place. Not the basement, but just my mother's house. And she's like, come on, but Noah's not feeling right about it. And she said she walked up the stairs and was like basically trying to get her to come, follow her, like, going back up the stairs. And she said her mom didn't come. And then, I'm just talking. I'm like, whoa, what else? And I'm trying to get her to describe what her mom looked like, and she said in like the girl in the picture, you know, because that's all she know of her mother at this point. The girl in the picture, my mommy in the picture, and it was I'm just trying to like picture what she had pictures. I'm asking questions, and she's like, she had her phone. She had her phone. Auvionne had her phone. Her mom had her phone out and was texting. And she's standing there and, you know, trying to even get her to come. But I remember she said she had her phone and doing like this. And I'm like, wow. I mean, it was just something to hear. And then she goes on to talk about, because I at that point I asked her about that night, if when her mom got hurt with the pow pow, do she remember? And she just started saying she don't like hospitals. She went there. She just jumped there. I don't like hospitals. And she said hospitals. And I'm like, what? You know, I just had to figure out what she was saying. She said hospitals. I don't like it. I don't like it because the zombies and blood. And I said, oh, blood on your mom? She said, yes. And the zombies got her. The zombies got her. And actually, she said zombies. And it was for a long time. I said, what are you saying? What is zombies? What is that, baby? And she's like, the zombies. She did her hands like this. She did her hands like this, like, they do like this, you know. And I'm like, oh, zombies. And she said, yeah, zombies. Getting excited because I understood. And I'm like, wow. She said, the zombies, they wanted me. They wanted me, but I ain't go. I ain't go. Or, you know, they're telling her to go. But they got her mom. And I'm just blown away at what I'm hearing. I'm blown away. And I said, so your mom had blood on her? She said, yes, right there, pointing at her stomach, because she got shot in her stomach. And it just confirmed. This baby know what she's talking about. She went on to explain, where were you, mommy? Literally broke the conversation and focused on me, like, hey, where were you that day? Where were you? Where was you at? You left me. And I said, well, I did. Well, I didn't leave her. I was nowhere to be found. I didn't know this was going on at the time. Noah was there. My daughter was a Jane Doe. I don't even know how, when he turned himself in immediately. But she was a Jane Doe. They had to search around. She didn't have identification on her or anything. They didn't know who she was. She was a Jane Doe. And so my granddaughter ended up going with Child Protective Services. And so she's in the back of the car. She's telling me, this is what she's telling me. I was not there. She was in the car and I was not there. And she said she went over Nana house, and which my mom came and picked her up. And then immediately because I'm at the hospital dealing with, eventually I got to the hospital, I identified her and all that, but then Noah's already gone with Child Protective Services. So we're trying to find Noah. Meanwhile, my mom was on that. My mom got to her, took her. She safely, got to my mom's house with my mom. And then she says to me, there was zombies there. She said, well, she didn't say it like that. She said they was at the door. They kept coming to the door. So many people came to the door. I mean, so many zombies came to the door. So many zombies. And I'm like, finally when I made it, I noticed my mom had so many visitors that day. So many visitors. In her mind, I couldn't help but think, is she calling everybody zombies? She seen something we didn't see. We couldn't see. I mean, this is what she's describing. Zombies. She said, they kept trying to touch her. Doing that. She's describing this like a little baby, 3 years old. They trying to touch her. Trying to get her. And she was so scared. But they kept knocking. That's what she said. They kept knocking at Nana's door. Kept knocking. And I'm just like, wow, it was something to hear. It was something to hear her describe that night.